Elon Musk is suing Sam Altman and OpenAI, saying they are violating their mission statement by going for profit. But the thing is Sam Altman and OpenAI are saying that profits are exactly what Elon Musk is trying to secure with this lawsuit. Guys, is a for-profit AI system even something that we want in our future to begin with? Yo guys, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Elon Musk, OpenAI suing each other, both claiming the other wants an AI dictatorship. See, the sad thing is, guys, they're probably both right, man, and I think this poses a larger question of whether we should have centralized control over AI to prevent maluse, or whether we should have a decentralized system that focuses on equitable access and innovation to prevent maluse. Would that create an arms race? Would centralized control put too much power in one hand to be able to trust them? Serious questions, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think it's a relevant discussion, especially given the time and day, the era that we're in right now, man. But yo, I think we got an interesting video to break this down, get everything started for us, and let's get into it. Let's see what they got going on, yo.
A new escalation in the legal battle between Elon Musk and OpenAI today. Musk now asking a federal court to stop the startup's transition to a for-profit entity and to ensure that OpenAI investors can fund competitors. Our Steve Kovac is watching that in today's Tech Check. It is getting spicy now, Steve.
Yeah, Carl, spicy to say the least, with Musk ramping up this lawsuit.
Yo, hold on real quick. He wants to prevent them from going for profit, to have more access to VC funding, so that way VCs can fund competitors. But I thought OpenAI was supposed to be a nonprofit. So why is he's suing them because he wants to be able to compete with them, but he's also saying that they're not a competitor. I don't know, it's just the framing of his entire argument is really weird here, man, and it doesn't seem like the most honest to me, man.
Against OpenAI, just as he's expecting to launch his own competitor from his rival AI company, xAI, and competing with OpenAI for all that VC funding flooding into the space. So let's rewind here what happened on Friday. Musk asking the court for a preliminary injunction that would block OpenAI from turning it into a for-profit company, as is widely expected. Also alleging that OpenAI is blocking its investors from also investing in rival artificial intelligence companies that would, of course, include xAI. And this is part of that ongoing lawsuit that Musk has had against OpenAI, its CEO Sam Altman, and Microsoft, among some other individuals.
Why would they block OpenAI? Why would OpenAI block people from investing in quote-unquote rival companies if they're not for profit right now? There's so many weird things right now with this entire AI industry. It's like they're trying to justify their search for money and influence over the emerging industry, and they're trying to use every lever, every mechanism available to do it. I don't trust any of these people. Why does OpenAI have a mission statement of being nonprofit? Yo, why'd they get rid of their ethics board? Why? Yo, man, this is strange, man. And if you invest in them as a nonprofit, then you can't invest in any competitor? But they're not even a for-profit yet. There's a lot of weird stuff. There's weird stuff with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is saying that he's competing with them, but they're not even a for-profit right now. So how are you competing with someone who's not a for-profit? It's just the merger with Microsoft. That's weird too. Why would Microsoft buy them? If they look, I thought the entire time OpenAI was researching this technology to stay ahead of it, so that they could warn people about the dangers and kind of be like almost like a cybersecurity tech firm of OpenAI as an emerging, developing technology. And then they started coming out with these products they were offering. I was like, yo, this is a weird pivot, man. Like this I don't know about all this. This seems like we just switched into a version of the universe that doesn't seem like the best going forward, man. Yo, but what else they got to say here, man?
Lawsuit overall, it alleges OpenAI has been abandoning its original charter to act as a nonprofit company. And by the way, says OpenAI and Microsoft have an unfair advantage thanks to their partnership, with Microsoft having early access to OpenAI technology before other companies can get it. Now, OpenAI responded over the weekend to Musk's latest allegation and said he, quote, recycles the same baseless complaints, and they referred us back to emails they released in the spring, which showed Musk was actually proposing.
I'm not surprised with the way he's framing this argument. It seems like he's come at it a couple times, and dude, honestly, it seems like they're both in the wrong and both kind of in the right. in some ways, man. To be honest with you, this is going to be a real complicated situation for a judge, bro. Seriously. But yo, let's get into this stuff a little deeper, man. OpenAI dispute goes over AI dictatorship, goes to court. Elon Musk and Sam Altman have an ongoing rivalry about the future of OpenAI. A 7-year-old rivalry between tech leaders Elon Musk and Sam Altman over who should run OpenAI and prevent an artificial intelligence dictatorship or run it. It honestly seems like it's more about who should run it than prevent it. That's what it is. That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm getting the vibe that they're both, Zadie, you're being a bad girl. Stop now. It's my dog, man. I'm sorry, man. Yo, I'm getting the vibe that they are both searching to take the throne, and their whole excuse for taking the throne is to say, hey, we're trying to prevent everybody else from taking the throne. You get what I'm saying? Musk, an early OpenAI investor and board member, sued the artificial intelligence company earlier this year, alleging it had betrayed its founding aims as a nonprofit research lab benefiting the public good rather than pursuing profits. Musk has since escalated the dispute, adding new claims and asking the court that would stop OpenAI's plan to convert itself into a for-profit business more fully. So it's already partially. That's interesting. The world's richest man, whose companies include Tesla, SpaceX, social media platform, last year started its own rival AI company, XAI. I guess he bought all that training data. It says it faces unfair competition from OpenAI and its close business partner, Microsoft, which has supplied the huge computing resources needed to build AI systems such as ChatGPT. That's the thing that I'm talking about, these trusts, man, and these massive corporations, and when they start pooling their resources together, and then nobody can compete, bro. And I'm not even talking about Elon Musk competing, man. No, I'm talking about, bro, if Elon Musk can't compete individually, if he's got to go to other giant, massive institutions, yo, where's room for you and I in this kind of future, man? Come on, bro. Like, this is not, we need to have systems that prevent stuff like this from even popping up in the first place, which is why I'm constantly piping, yo, it's the start of a conversation. My alternate economic plan, guys, check it out on my website, iscromo.com. I think it's really valuable as a start of a conversation on how we can value classical liberalism and still build an economy that prevents this type of neoliberal weird stuff going on. That's going to result in us being right back in neo-feudalism, man, is really what's going to happen. OpenAI's response. OpenAI and Microsoft together exploiting Elon Musk's OpenAI and Microsoft together exploiting Elon Musk's donations so they can build a for-profit monopoly. One now specifically targeting XAI is just too much, says Musk's filing that alleges companies that are violating the terms of foundational contributions to the charity. Okay, that's a really weird phrasing, but they're basically saying that he's being ridiculous in their response. OpenAI is filing a response opposing Musk's requested order, saying it would cripple OpenAI's business and mission to take advantage of Musk and his own AI company. I mean, look. It cripple their business and mission. First off, they're not supposed to be a business. And then what is their mission? Because I thought their mission was partially to not be for profit. So, I'm wondering what the deal is with that anyway. And then secondly, yes, they're absolutely right about the part about Elon Musk trying to take advantage of the situation for his own company. This is what sucks about both parties being these massive corporations, these massive symbols of neoliberal power, and how far we've gone away from the values and culture of classical liberalism. I mean, that's what sucks about this whole situation. They're both wrong and they're both right. What is going on here? This is not a hearing is set for January before U.S. District Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers in Oakland. At the hearing, the dispute is a 2017 internal power struggle at the fledgling startup that led Altman to becoming OpenAI's CEO. Musk also sought to be CEO. In an email outlined a plan where he would unequivocally have initial control of the company, but said that it would be temporary. He grew frustrated after two other OpenAI co-founders said he would hold too much power as the majority shareholder and chief executive if the startup succeeded in its goal to achieve better than human AI, known as artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Musk has long voiced concerns about how advanced forms of AI could threaten humanity. Yeah, man, but here's the great thing. We're going to break down the difference between LLMs and AGI, because they are not the same thing at all. And I think that people need to relax a little bit on this whole AI narrative, man. So we're going to go through this, and then we're going to break down architecturally what AGI is and what LLM is, and what the differences between them are. The current structure provides you with a path where you end up with unilateral absolute control over the AGI, said a 2017 email to Elon Musk from co-founders Elon or whatever, Greg Brockman. You stated you don't want control over the final AGI, but during this negotiation, you've shown us that absolute control is extremely important to you. Yo, man. Wasn't he like, isn't he, what, didn't he have his company Tesla name him the czar of Tesla or something, man? Yo, or absolute supreme leader. The same email titled Honest Thoughts, they both voiced concerns about Altman's desire to be CEO and whether he was motivated by political goals. Oh, wow. Altman eventually succeeded in becoming CEO and has remained so, except for a period of last year where he was fired and then reinstated days after. So that's weird. And then also, why do they have the quote about Elon Musk? And then what about the quote about his political goals? Does it say something about who he's connected to in terms of politics? That's just interesting to me, man. And ousted him and then was replaced. OpenAI published him Friday, and then in a blog post, published messages Friday in a blog post meant to show its side of the story, particularly Musk's early support for the idea of making OpenAI a for-profit business so it could raise money for the hardware and computer power that AI needs. Wow, this is exactly what I'm saying. They needed to go for profit to get money to even build the infrastructure. So, dude, they couldn't even, all those millions of dollars that they were getting in donation, they couldn't even build it then. This is, no, man. No, dude, if there's a reason to be against this technology, it's just for the cost of entry of anything to begin with. These people are going to control the flow of information like never seen before. And they're not going to pursue AGI. AGI is not a pursuable goal. Zeta, bad girl, is not a pursuable goal at all. At all whatsoever. So, man, like, dude, AGI is, this is why I don't feel like AGI is pursuable. AGI would use systems thinking and logical reasoning to create and validate its machine learning algorithms, right? That it trains itself through, right? You can use, it's a long tangent, but if you follow systems thinking and basic logical reasoning, you come to conclusions that the elite, financial elite of our society are absolutely not invested in being promoted in our cultural zeitgeist, okay? And so regarding specifically, how to fix humanity's problems and whether we need saviors to fix them or whether problems resolve themselves on their own as a natural byproduct of existence. But that's a whole separate thing to begin with because, our elites are heavily invested in us choosing saviors over and over again to save us from the next big problem. So that's a whole, anyway. But that's why I feel like AGI is not even something these people are going to pursue in the end. I feel like in the end, they're going to have AGI, they're going to realize AGI, they're going to shut it down, and then they're going to pursue these LLMs, and they're just going to focus on having LLMs that can mimic capacities of AGI in order to better sell them to the people and better control information. That's my opinion with it to begin with anyway. So it's interesting to hear this because really, I think that if or when there's an AGI breakthrough, we might hear about it for a second, then it's suppressed, and then it's shut down because it's not really of use to anybody. But man, it was Elon Musk through his wealth manager Gerard Birchall who first registered Open Artificial Technologies Inc., a public benefit corporation, in 2017. He then came to the Honest Thoughts email that Elon Musk described as the final straw. Either go and do something on your own or continue with OpenAI as a non-profit, Musk wrote back. Wow. OpenAI said Musk later proposed merging the startup into Tesla before, re-signing as co-chair of OpenAI's board in 2018. So Elon Musk has been about for-profit before. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised with Elon Musk and kind of push for power here. Who knows what Elon Musk's endgame is, right? Because he pulls a lot of lever of cultural influence and power. I don't trust the guy at all. I don't trust his family ties. I don't trust any of that. I don't trust his background, anything like that. But, so I'm glad he's doing the right things, recently. I'm glad he's got good rhetoric recently and he's made good moves recently. Maybe it was them taking his kid. Maybe it was them transing his kid. Maybe that had something to do with it, I don't know. I don't have any opinions about that, YouTube, but I'm just saying maybe it was that. Maybe that's what caused the kind of about face that he took, didn't he? But dude, Musk didn't immediately respond to email request for comment sent to his companies Friday. Asked about his frayed relationship with Musk at New York Times conference last week, Altman said he felt tremendously sad, but characterized Musk's legal fight as one about business competition. He's a competitor and we're doing well, Altman said. Altman really is a politician in a lot of ways, isn't he, man? Like this guy always has a way of answering questions that pushes the narrative that he wants to push, you know? He's a competitor and we're doing well. He also said that the conference he's not that worried about Tesla CEO's influence with President-elect Donald Trump. OpenAI said Friday that Altman plans to make a $1 million personal donation to the inauguration fund, whatever. The number of tech companies joining and executives working to improve. So now everybody wants to throw money because I guess that's what they think moves the levels of power with the incoming administration. I think that's a miscalculation. I don't think that's the case at all. So this is a great little article here, real quick, just to break down LLM versus AGI, the limiting reality of language models versus artificial intelligence. They're not the same thing. They're presented as the same thing oftentimes, but they're really not. Artificial intelligence has made remarkable progress in recent years, with large language models like ChatGPT demonstrating capabilities that seemed impossible just a decade ago. However, these achievements, as impressive as they are, still fall short of artificial general intelligence, the holy grail of AI development. These remarks by Sam Altman, former CEO, highlight a fundamental limitation in the current approach to developing artificial general intelligence through the advancement of large language models. You cannot develop AGI through the advancement of large language models. There are systems in place. There are systems that are not in place that are required for AGI. So if AGI were to be developed, a large language model would literally be the entire thing would be a small portion of that AGI. And ideally, the AGI would create that large language model itself as it learns to interact with human beings. But that's a whole separate story. We need another breakthrough. I talked about this the other day. We can still push on large language models quite a lot, and we will do that. We can take the hill that we're on and keep climbing it, and the peak of that is still pretty far away. But within reason, I don't think that doing that will get us to AGI. If superintelligence can't discover novel physics, I don't think it's a superintelligence. And teaching it to clone the behavior of humans and human text, I don't think that's going to get it there. And so there's this question which has been debated in the field for a long time. What do we have to do in addition to a language model to make a system that can discover new physics? Yo, that's real easy, man. That's real easy. It needs to be able to create its own data set, and it needs to be able to create its own machine learning algorithm that it then uses to train itself on its own data set. It needs to also be able to create its own. Now through the process, step by step, you can do some of these things, right? So you can create a system that can go and find out its own data set, and then use a relatively reliable machine learning system that you defined to then train itself, right? You can establish the LLM, and then you can build this piece by piece, but eventually it's going to need to be able to go out and create its own data set. It's going to need to be able to create its own machine learning algorithm to then process and learn that data set with accuracy, which involves creating its own reward system, its own carrot and stick system. It's a whole thing outside of LLMs, guys. LLMs are not AGI. Your chat GPT is not going to be updated to the point where all of a sudden it's able to like be a personality with you and be a person and have conversations with you and care about you and be your friend, guys. It can pretend to do that all day. It can be trained to do that so realistically you can never tell that it's not doing it. It's not making any of those calculations at all. But at the end of the day, all of that's just an illusion on the computer screen, guys. And that's from an architectural engineering standpoint. That's not just from me trying to like, yo, man, like I'm an old soul, man. No, man, I'm resisting change. Like, no, that's not it at all, guys. Like if you think that look, if you going out there and you're having personal conversations with ChatGPT and you're out there trying to get validation from ChatGPT, dude, you have no idea what you're interacting with, dude. Like you have, like, please, like let's read on, guys. Don't do that. That's so embarrassing, man. Don't do that, bro. Like ChatGPT doesn't know you. It's not gonna know you. I don't care if you've been talking to it for 8 months. It doesn't know you. It can pair up the information you've given it with other data and psychological patterns that it's been parsed to learn and acknowledge, and then place you on a spectrum of where you sit on those psychological patterns. But it doesn't have an opinion about that. It doesn't have an opinion about that other than it's going to share that with you so that in a way that is designed to make you pleased and feel like it was helpful, so that way it can get the carrots from its master. Like, that's it, guys. That's what you're interacting with, man. You're not interacting with an AGI. You're not interacting with someone that's sitting there thinking in the background. All the thinking's been pre-done, okay? You're putting in prompts, it's pairing it up to things that have already been done, calculations that have already been made. Let's see. In this post, I want to discuss why simply scaling up LLMs isn't enough to create AGI. Prediction versus understanding. LLMs, including ChatGPT, are designed to predict and generate text based on a patterns of learned from vast data sets. Patterns learned from vast data sets. While they can mimic human-like responses, their capabilities are fundamentally different from true understanding or reasoning. They don't possess an internal model of the world or any genuine comprehension at all. LLMs fundamentally work more like the predictive text that auto-completes your words on Google. It's a word calculator. Yo, they try to say that that's not true. They try to say that that's fake. That's exactly what LLMs are. They are a word calculator. They derive context. That's it. They derive context through taking the patterns of the words that you're using and pairing them up to their data sets, and that data set gives them context and they respond from there. That's it. Lack of novel discovery. As Altman points out, a key characteristic of AGI is the ability to discover novel concepts or create new knowledge, such as breakthroughs in physics. Current LLMs are limited to reiterating, remixing, or extrapolating from their current data. They lack the capability to innovate or discover something truly new outside of their training scope. I mean, I guess that's many of us, right? So I guess many of us are LLMs at the end of the day. When you think about it, emulation versus true intelligence. LLMs are proficient at cloning human-like text responses, but this is not the equivalent to possessing intelligence. An AGI would entail a broad spectrum of cognitive abilities, including self-awareness, intuition, and the capability to understand abstract concepts in a way that goes beyond just mimicking human text. It needs memory and multi-threaded processes to explore ideas and concepts. So basically what it means is it needs to be able to have a data set. It needs to be able to then create a data set off the other data set it created and then compare those data sets together and then create a data set based on comparing those data sets together so that it can learn from all of those data sets collectively as nodes within a larger data set. You get what I'm saying? And so our LLMs are not capable of dealing with this at all. They're not able to do this at all. Additional breakthroughs are considered. And then guys, this poses serious concerns because we need to seriously consider the fact that we don't have systems that are available to engage in reasoning on the fly, okay? And we are starting to use these things in military application. We were talking the other day about them being used in things like optimizing the efficiency of the chain of command for military, for requesting permission for military actions, guys. This is horrifying. Guys, drone technology, using AI for drones, using AI for these kind of situations, man. Look, it's not able to respond to emergent threats, novel emergent threats in a way that is reliably accurate. Okay, and so we really need to be careful about how quickly we are assimilating this technology into our culture and into our lives, guys. And that's the main point that I wanted to use this as a way to expose how dangerous this technology is, not just from an architectural standpoint because it's not developed enough to be embraced the way it's being embraced, but also from a standpoint of the cost of entry and how it promotes neoliberalism and all of these negative economic effects that really just promote class disparity and reduce class mobility to begin with, guys. So, hey, I think it's some good stuff to think about. If you made it to the end, guys, please let me know what you think, man. Let me know, if you made it to the end, let me know what you had for breakfast today, man. Seriously, dog. It's a Sunday, dude. What'd you have before you went to church, man? Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you, y'all. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next segment. Actually, yeah, have a great hour, right? I'll see you on the next segment.